where would you guys like to see the culture kind of going with these platforms in this online space that is beneficial to free expression and just like being a genuine artist? Is that something you would like to see happen? Do you have any faith in that happening? How do you feel about the direction that it's going with these platforms?
I mean, sorry.
Oh, you go ahead.
That's what the internet was made for. I mean, it was designed so that, you know, the government couldn't monopolize and control our expression, so that they couldn't manipulate us. It was made so to give us, you know, to just do more American things, like, you know, sort of like take it into the hands of everybody and basically like democratize it, and that was the whole point, and that's what it should be, and that's what it needs to stay. But of course, it's easier said than done because you need to have guardrails, right? You need to have some sort of like a policing and make sure that no bad elements get in there and start screwing with the wiring, because that's what happened. And so now it's a military device that's basically the best manipulation tool that ever existed. So liberals.
Is it just a liberal problem, or is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a liberal problem.
Because it seems like a technological problem.
Yeah, there's not too many Republicans, you know, innovating at MIT or anything like that. Like it is.
Yeah, and it's steeped into the culture that's creating.
It's West Coast strictly.
And you grew up, you know, Hollywood artist. You're from LA.
I'm West Coast, baby. I'm just totally fucking West Coast.
Do you feel like that whole culture has changed quite a bit since?
Yeah, it's just it's atrophied. It's completely it's a dump. There's nothing but bad. It's done.
That's why everyone's moving to Austin.
It's rotten to the core. Anybody that hasn't just, you know, distance themselves from it. I mean, it's just like kind of like.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think all music just sounds the same. And you asked, where should artists go? I think people need to stop making music. They need to stop making art. It's all just the same. It's all derivative of things that have happened already. And people, even my music sounds like things that have already happened.
I actually disagree with that, especially with electronic music. You could do so much. I mean, I produce in Ableton, but I mean, just the possibilities are limitless.
It's two against one.
Yeah.
Right.
What do you think?
Yeah, no, I think it brings up a really interesting question about the mix of the individual and the art that they make. And so even if there's seemingly derivative music or anything else, the person generating that is substantially different. And people have different answers to how much this should matter. If I forget what year the Chicks, formerly the Dixie Chicks, got into a bit of trouble. That was a modern example of starting the debate that's like, no, I just like their music. I don't care what they say about George W. Bush.
What did they say? They liked him?
What's that?
They liked him?
Who?
The Dixie Chicks?
No, they protested against him, and that riled a fair bit of their fan base.
Right.
Yeah, and so but people said, you know, they have fun songs. I don't care.
That's
and
not,
then others didn't.
But do you understand that's also not canceling? Like when when an audience turns on their right. That's not what makes it.
Well, like Bass Nectar got canceled because of all the underage girls he was sleeping with.
Yeah, they had to change quite a lot. Yeah,
canceling is what people do to. It's like if you don't like something. You don't listen to it. You don't listen. You move on from it. You whatever. You don't listen to it. You like Peter Pan peanut butter. You don't like Jif. It's whatever. But cancel culture is people that like Peter Pan peanut butter, but they don't like Jif, and they make Jif illegal.
Jif is the political enemy.
And what I'm saying is that like when it's when the people that don't listen to it in the first place try to stop it from happening. You can't do that. You don't destroy businesses that you don't like. That's the most rotten thing that ever. It's the worst thing short of killing somebody. I think it's the most despicable and disgusting thing. I mean, some people can do it in some some real sharks can really do it, like in Wall Street or whatever, like, like throw their fucking competitors under the bus and really screw them up. But whatever, how that high kind of like high, but like in the normal world, that's the most despicable thing that you could do, is to like ruin somebody's career and ruin somebody's life. I just think it's like murder, and I think it's just the most. If that's the legacy that this generation is going to leave, it does not bode well. I think that this is the most pathetic legacy. It's not progress. It's an absolute perversion of everything that I think. I mean, I'm kind of like just old-fashioned kind of boomer.
This is a general one to the three of you. To what degree is an artist connected to their own political thought?